taxis, slavery, and societal norms all working in unison to stop us from achieving peak male performance. Welcome to New Vegas, home of gambling, unprecedented violence, and the greatest selection of exotic meats. In today's video, we descend upon this post-apocalyptic hellscape on a mission to find, craft, and eat all there is to consume. Bugs, a pack of gum, or even the undying spirit of capitalism will not be spared from our hunger. Can we obtain and eat every food item, or will my hopes, dreams, and gut microbiota vaporize in a fission reaction? Why do I keep doing this to myself? The answer is pretty straightforward. Sheer absolute boredom combined with my unmedicated ADHD, a match made in heaven if you ask me. So join me for this adventure where we bury our problems under 60,000 calories and find the most exotic dishes west of the Mississippi. Our story starts in the middle of the desert with two henchmen and a very charismatic young man with the intention of putting some lead where the sun don't shine. This is not a great situation to be in, but at least we did not get sex trafficked. After getting shot in the head and being put back together by Doc Mitchell, he informs us that the man who killed us might have been a necrophile. But in this chaos there was a silver lining. The Doc offered to reconstruct our facial structure so nobody could tell that we were the victims of 87. And with this chain of actions, from the ashes a new hero was born, our protagonist for this challenge, who will bring order, justice and quality food inspection to this badland, none other than Badlands Chugs, before all the calories. But I digress, we do not have time for goofing around. Onwards to skill points, because getting access to all the food items in this game is not easy, and it starts as early as character creation. For starters, we will need 6 intelligence, a high survival skill, and if we are at it, throw in a melee build as well, speccing strength, endurance, agility and perception, respectively. Moving to traits, we take heavy-handed and skilled for more damage and skill points, obviously, so we can use them later on to reach high levels of survival and melee weapons faster. Alright. Finishing our character, we perform our civic duty to thank the Doc for reviving us from the dead by lifting every single item from his house that is not nailed to the ground, which even included our first consumables, such as cram, pork and beans, sugar bombs, buffalo guard seed, crispy squirrel bits, gecko steak, honey pods, and Wasteland omelette. He strangely does not mind me taking all of his stuff, which I find, I don't know, weird, but then again he made us pay taxes again, so I don't care, we are even now. One final checkup later where he gives us a Pip-Boy and into the Wasteland we go. Though once we step outside of his shack we realize that staying dead might have been a better idea.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
With 50 Shades of Mexico being sent right through my retinas, the challenge has officially begun. Out of the 100 food items in the game, we have eaten 8. And to keep track of what we have and have not eaten, I put together this handy-dandy list. But for you, I will just put this simple counter in the top left corner. That's right, you dyslexic fuck! Crossing the street and entering the saloon, I started the tutorial, from which I instantly got sidetracked as soon as I saw some spicy meat just frolicking around in town, so I did what I had to. Consume. Anyway, back to aim training. Turns out my little stunt angered the citizens of Goodsprings. Oh well, more meat for me. After this scuffle, I finished aim training and off we went to kill some geckos. Oh, for fuck's sake! Going into this challenge, I knew New Vegas was unstable, but a crash 50 minutes in was not ideal. Sadly, there is no real countermeasure we can take against this, just hope that the game auto-saved recently. Well, shit. We are back to the training part even before we kill the big corner. That's not great, but grabbing this opportunity, I decided to not commit a genocide 3 minutes into the run and instead subtract those meals from our list. We killed the bottles, then the geckos ate their meat and got tasked with collecting more food items, which was just perfection. We ate some boatfly, barrel cactus fruit, tobacco chews, prickly pear fruit and some jalapeno, then finished off the mission without any smooth brain moments. Where is the route? It says it's right here. Is it a quest that's bugged? Maybe inside. Am I stupid? Anyway, we killed some coyotes, looted a random shack for a maize and white horse nettle, and sold all my junk for some pinion nuts and mantis steak. This conveniently made us level up, which meant I could start crafting up the build. After putting points in sexual and regular assault, I took the Confirmed Bachelor perk for those happy endings just in time for our first customer.
All I've got left on me are a handful of caps.
Oh, no problem, my friend, I accept other forms of payment. Like those iguana steaks, Blamco mac and cheese, Instamash and potato crisps you are hiding behind the counter. Okay, let's kill some powder gangers.
I love you, man.
After finishing our weekly golf course, I collected my payment and started heading to Primm, because there is only one reason why I went right here instead of speed launching myself through 7 Deathclaws straight to New Vegas on the left. I am still dyslexic. Now that we are in Primm, I can talk with Ruby about her world-famous casserole and get a quest for saving the deputy, for which at first I had no intentions of doing so, but then they mentioned that he's locked up in a kitchen, and that made the deal a whole lot more enticing. So I went in there, kicked gum and chewed some ass and looted a more rat meat of some unfortunate raider, when I accidentally spooked the raiders inside with the same technique I used to summon my mom at 3 AM. Oh, hello fellas. Like any good engineer, I tried to pretend the problem did not exist, which obviously did not work. So, plan B, I guess. And that was the Primm Hotel. We reached level 3, ate some yum deviled eggs and took a wrong step. But after getting down from the roller coaster the right way, I bought a squirrel stew and left as soon as they started giving me actual work.
I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers.
Well, about that.
Run.
While approaching Nipton, I tried to spare someone's life by trying to pickpocket their iguana bits, but of course they just had to notice.
You can't just...
Anyway, at the Mojave outpost they needed my help with some pest control, and because ant meat was still missing from our menu, I decided to help them out. But after eating some ant meat and eggs, I actually made my way to Nipton. Arriving at the town, I witnessed an average couple interaction when one of the two delinquents forgets to pay the electricity bill for 30 months straight, and after listening to both parties' views, I de-escalated the situation quickly and profoundly.
So what if I did? What do you...
Then helped the man invest his lottery winnings so it would last a lifetime. And made my acquaintances at the annual Legion Furry Festival.
I won't have you lashed to a cross.
That's a weird fetish.
Where to begin?
You know, I don't care, bye. Well, as it turns out, he did not appreciate me saying that and took the next loading screen as an opportunity to load 27 coconut JPEGs into my New Vegas folder, from which 26 supports our existence and one just straight up crashes the game. So it was time to play Russian roulette. After solving this little coconut cascade, I slaughtered the animalistic residents of the town hall and looted Nipton for all their food supplies. By the end, we reached level 5, smacked someone's Roomba and ate all these food items. But as I was leaving Nipton, I got into a scuffle with the nearby police force. So I quickly rehearsed what I learned on Drunk Driving 101 as I pulled up to the traffic stop. I got out of my car and started downing 3 bottles of beer all at once. Now, they won't be able to validate if I was drunk before I got into my car or after I left it. But what will be certain in the report is that now I am. Anyway, I bought an apple and a carrot from a trader and witnessed absolute manslaughter, from which I looted a bunch of red roach meat, night stalker tail and rat meat. Exotic meats, if I can say so.
Oh wait.
And with that note, we are approaching Novac, where I broke into an elderly woman's home to repossess her food cabinet. Luckily for her, the cooking was not good enough to kill over it, but I have done worse for a pack of ramen noodles before, so in reality, what's stopping me? On second thought, I still want to buy the katana from the shop, so I will just help myself with this and maybe that, purchase a katana and say my heartfelt goodbye to Novac. What about my wife? Anyway, on the road towards Boulder City in search of more exotic meals, a couple of bikers decided to test how sharp my katana really was. From their donations, I obtained mud fruit, a pack of dandy boy apples and got direct access to a cluster of fire ants, whom of which will provide a wonderful addition to my food collection. Slicing and dicing through a couple of fire ants, we managed to get our hands on some fire ant meat, eggs and a mysterious pig iron. Trust me, it's from an ant corpse. Do not question it. Comprende?
Howdy there, partner.
Using the fire that was just laying around, I finally cooked up our first batch of craftable food, a boatfly slider and a dog steak. Leveling that survival skill is finally starting to take effect, but we are still miles away from that coveted level 80, so there is no time to waste. Let's get more experience by solving the conflict between the NCR and the Great Khans. Look, we can do this the hard way, or the hard way because we needed speed. With the Khans neutralized, we hit level 6 and took cannibalism as a perk, because you either try all the meat or none at all. Anyway, after saying goodbye to the NCR and meeting up with Victor, I tried my hand in cow wrangling, and it went as well as anyone would expect. Fool me once, shame on you. fool me twice, and I will sign your life expectancy over to Burger King. Now that we got that mess sorted and ate a piece of big corner meat, it was time to enter Freeside. The local slum around the New Vegas Strip were getting mugged. I mean mugged is a daily occurrence, but we are not here to shoot the entire block up in flames, despite the residents doing it themselves. We just want to get access to the strip, which is just as my happiness is locked behind a paywall of 2,000 caps, leaving us with only one option.
Hey mister, before you shove stage 5 capitalism's automatons up your ass, could I interest you in a more sophisticated way of solving your problems?
Perhaps.
Wonderful! You see that casino on the other side of the street? I can assure you they have plentiful caps they are willing to part with for the right reasons. So there's no reason to start a clanker genocide in broad daylight. Even though it's the middle of the night.
Fuck!
I told you not to anger the undying spirit of capitalism.
Yeah, I got the message. After booting up the game again, I decided to not brutally murder everyone in the casino, just because, but I still broke into their pantry and borrowed a crunchy mud fruit, a fresh pear and a gecko kebab, then got mugged again, cleansed my appetite and negotiated the sale of my shotguns.
Hey, what can I get?
And just like that, we got access to the strip.
Fallout through the fallout, baby.
And just like that, we got access to the strip, where it only took 7 seconds to put one of the families on my hit list, because they attacked me where it hurts the most, my monetization. Okay, enough sidetracking, time to confront the man who fucked us in the ass in more than one way at the start. Benny, the leader of the chairman, validated corpse enjoyer and the ring-a-ding-ding specialist, resides in the Tops Casino, a place with a sizable security that does not allow guns anywhere near the premise of this facility.
Hey there, friend. You look like you could use some protection.
Luckily, we do not use guns.
What in the goddamn?
Oh, sorry, I got a bit carried away again. But with everyone in the tops dead, we unlocked the Dine and Dash perk, ate human remains and took back the platinum chip from Benny, so we could make our way into his private room and continue where he left off with Yes Man.
Hi there! Good to meet you.
This modified Securotron will be our key in completing the challenge, because one of our meals, the Yaguai meat, can only be found in one place in the entire game, on a plate in the Legate's camp, and there is only one way into said camp. We have to reach it through the main story questline, meaning our next goal, alongside with searching for uneaten food items, is to make contact with the 5 tribes running the Mojave Wasteland. The Boomers, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Great Khans, the White Glove Society, and the Omertas. The Omertas. Oh, we already met them. On that note, let's move on to the second closest one, the White Glove Society, whomst reside in the Ultra Lux, a luxurious casino which could best be described as the deepest circle of hell. But not because they ate human flesh, I'm actually pretty on board with that, but because every single one of their doors has a 20% chance of soft-locking my game in an endless loop of loading screens, which you cannot Alt F4 out of, you cannot tab out of, and you cannot see the task manager while trying to execute Order 66, leaving us in a situation when every time a Fallout crashes like this, I have to play a game what I called Blind Minesweeper, where you try to close New Vegas using a task manager that you cannot see. This will inevitably lead to the result where you accidentally press down arrow one more time than you should have and kill system.exe instead. Uh-oh. Now this is the point where New Vegas not responding will be the least of your concerns. But as much as my PC wants to flashbang me with the blue screen of death every time I go near this place, the questline surrounding the White Gloves is an essential part of our journey, so I said a prayer and into the Ultra Lux I went. Now, did anybody get surprised by the game crashing? Yeah, me neither. Okay, quest time. We talk with Hank Gunderson, turn into a detective, investigate murder, almost get murdered as well, meet up with information guy, he gets clapped, we sneak into the kitchen and meet Mr. Philip.
I'll carve that stupid look off your...
After we put the man into eternal slumber, we can loot the strange imitation meat piracy from him and make it in the oven nearby. With that, one of the most annoying food items is off the list, so I finish the quest by drugging the entire venue, stealing some squirrel on stick and the receipt for Brahmin Wellington, then escaped with the son of Hank Gunderson.
Well, that does it.
After ruining every single casino on the strip, I went back to Freeside, bought a brock flower for dinner, then off I went to kill some Bremen for their meat, and used a campfire nearby to cook bighorn steak, coyote steak and the desert salad. And after filling up my belly, it was time to make a dash for the Boomer's Gate. And I can safely say that the eating every food item in your inventory method still works.
How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
Will, the strongest power of the human soul, and 22 liters of tequila. Anyway, after realizing that I was too dumb to help the Boomers, I just left and onward I went to the Brotherhood of Steel, who hide in a hidden valley. But before I could confront them, I made a little detour and got myself a legendary missile launcher. To the face. Okay, I know where I messed up the first time. I was not on enough drugs. No, that's more like it. And now we are prepared to take on the Brotherhood. Cause I will be honest, the Brotherhood of Steel is supposed to have a questline, but I simply do not care. And the Brotherhood gone. 4 tribes crossed off the list, only 1 more to go. The Great Khans. But the fastest way to the Khans leads us through Fiend territory. And if we are passing by, why not make a visit to the chef of the Fiends, the Great Cook, who has the recipe of an exotic stew. My plan for getting the recipe was pretty straightforward, go in there and kill everyone. But turns out these Fiends have thicker skulls than what I could handle. Okay, let's try this again. After killing Cook, I stole his recipe and crafted a fresh batch of Cook's Fiend stew for myself. Then I went over to Roulette and taught her how to train her dogs, in exchange for her freshly harvested human flesh supply. And what can I say, it was quite the delicacy. But anyway, I moved on to the Great Khans, who I befriended, and used their pantry to craft trail mixes. Then traveled to Goodsprings where I stole some Nevada agave and closed the day off with eating Ruby's scorpion casserole. But not because I wanted to, but because the game made me. Oh, would you look at that, the save file corrupted. Luckily we did not lose much, cause my last save was 5 minutes ago and I was able to recover that one, but damn, this could have been way uglier. Anyway, I went back to Yes Man, reported that I have finished meeting the tribes and was ready to face Mr. House as soon as I ate all the other food items. So let's get to grinding. For start, I cooked the Wellington after finally reaching Survival 80, searched for Cannibal Johnson's cave for a slice of more at Wonder Meat, stole some strange meat pies from the Solan, and made my way into town Searchlight, where I entered the fire station's kitchen and ransacked it for the 16 irradiated food items it had. Small problem though, these consumables had enough reds in them that could jumpstart a small nuclear reactor, so the plan to consume them was this: travel back to Goodsprings, find Doc Mitchell, eat every single irradiated item, and open the doctor's red removal menu faster than my organs give up on me. To my actual surprise, this worked on the first try, a rare occurrence in the Lens cinematic universe. Okay, miscellaneous consumables speedrun: Pinto Bean from Cotton Cove, more red stew from Freeside, giant red meat from Cellular Robotic, Lake Lurk meat from the Colorado River, and fire ant meat for crafting the fire ant fricasse. Oh, and I almost forgot, game crash. While booting up the game again, I took a look at the list of what we were missing, and to my surprise, we only had 4 items left, from which 3 came from the same place. The Fawn. Located in Westside, the people of the Fawn are a rather interesting breed. They hunt, captivate and use the local wildlife for public amusement. But only the children. So I was not surprised when their leader tasked me with obtaining eggs from different exotic animals under the quest Bleed Me Dry, because you can start young enough.
The Thorn needs newborn specimens.
Okay, I can see some conflict of interest here. While I want to turn the eggs into magnificent meals, they just want to hedge them and create some Colosseum of Fools level entertainment. I mean, I can see the vision, so let's harbor this mutual friendship as long as it's beneficial for me. Meaning I will do you stupid quests as long as you let me eat the eggs I collect. And speaking of eggs, our first stop is Vault 22 where someone spilled a bag of bone meal. But what's the big deal? Not like the grass is gonna jump me. Mini heart attack aside, we got the eggs, turned them in at Lucy and got tasked with getting scorpion eggs. No biggies, I got it. I think this is not even funny at this point, just said. Anyway, scorpion eggs delivered, off to fire gecko eggs. With the gecko eggs delivered, we can finally get something we can use: Night Stalker eggs. So I started to make my way over to their den when a couple of deathclaws tried to intimidate me. Their attempt was less than successful. On the same note, the Night Stalkers Uh-oh. Using their eggs I made a mushroom cloud, and with that we only had 3 more consumables left on our list. So I went back to the phone and took the quest for Cazador hunting, which proved to be a tad bit difficult. But there is nothing a good old 45 Magnum can't handle. And with that we are done with the Fawn's quest debacle. I just had to make one more quick stop at the Colorado riverbank to get some Mirelurk eggs, and we were ready to kill Mr. House, put Yesman in charge and eat our final meal. Cause psycho withdrawals are starting to kick in.
You needn't be afraid of me. It's my Securitrons that are going to kill you. Why have you done this?
Sheer absolute boredom.
This is big, huh? Very big moment. I'll just take that platinum chip off your hands. Wish me luck. Wow, I have to admire your prudent nature, but that was probably pretty dumb, huh? From what I understand, this would give me control over all of Mr. House's defenses. Oh, sorry about that, but I would go ahead and exterminate.
Whoa, easy there. Relax a second.
Cause, as you can see, the game was rigged from the start.
I should have just stick to my mom's cooking. I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, may I recommend another one you might find interesting, but I won't hold a gun to your head to make you watch it, cause unlike others, I can take no for an answer. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Happy New Year, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye.